Retirement planning is more of an art than it is a science. So to prove that retirement planning is more of an art than a science, let's take a look at just a few of the ingredients that come with something called retirement planning. The first ingredient is the calculation of numbers based on goals. Folks, to simply crank out numbers for the future is based on variables, and these variables can change. That is not how you do retirement planning. That's why we don't adhere to retirement calculators. This is why we have our own software called the Worry-Free Retirement Process software, and in that software we assume very low rates of return. In fact, we don't even inflate Social Security, for instance. We're trying to get this down so low that we make sure that we hit those marks and that we can meet the changes that will come your way. The number two issue is basically everybody's situation is different. Again, articles like this one saying that now you need 1.4 million or whatever the latest magic number is ridiculous. Experience tells us that there is no magic number. I have some people who can support their lifestyle on very little money, and yep, there's some that need even more than 1.4 million. So again, this is why you need a personal plan from someone that is experienced in the art of retirement planning. Well, this is biggie. Know your financial personality. Years ago, I wrote a book called The 3 Personalities of Money. We have a website called The 3 Personalities of Money. You go to 3personalities.com. It's basically making sure you understand first and foremost, are you a saver, investor, or speculator? Because if you're a saver, which is who we work with, you don't want to speculate with your money. That's a key to being worry-free in retirement. Number 4, remember, this is all about cash flow. Cash flow measures the amount of money coming in the front door as opposed to money going out the back door. And having an understanding of cash flow has allowed me to see over the years why we need to maybe take Social Security at certain ages. Cash flow helps me to understand why we might want to use tax-infested money to pay off debts. Folks, a retirement specialist understands cash flow. This is not budgeting. We're trying to make sure we have plenty of money to meet your needs as those needs arise. Number 5, now this gets a little tricky, but this is understanding something called life expectancy. Now, I know we don't know how long we're going to live, but it does help to know a little bit about current health. It helps to know about other family members. Did they live a long time? Did they pass away at a young age? Because once you get a perspective on life expectancy and determining how long you think you can really enjoy this money, it's going to allow us to set up the game plan, and we'll know whether we need to put in some of that beloved mailbox money. Number 6, this is something I created years ago. I think it's ingenious, quite frankly. I noticed this more than 20 years ago. I call it the 3 halves of life. Folks, you don't spend money the same way as you get into retirement. In fact, I've found that most people actually wait too long to spend their money. So it's at halftime that you want to start enjoying your money. Then when you get into the second half of life, that's the period of time that I've found that the majority of people spend less and less. A retirement planning specialist has to understand this. And finally, 7th, the last point we're going to make is, how much do you really want to leave at death? I mean, I get it, folks. We'd all like to leave as much as we can, but sometimes you have to make it a priority. How much are you going to enjoy in retirement? And maybe is it better to give some of that money away while you're alive rather than hoarding it and stockpiling it and leaving it to heirs at death? And keep in mind, if you've got a tax-infested IRA or 401k and you die with that puppy, it's going to get passed to your heirs and they're going to be stuck with a tax tumor. Remember, that tax tumor does not go away. So if you're sitting here thinking of these points and saying, Tony, I never realized, retirement does seem like more of an art than a science. The problem is I feel like I'm getting treated like an experiment by these scientists out there, and I don't know what to do. Well, that's because you need a game plan. So to take advantage of this free offer to talk to me, here's what I would do right now. If you're a saver, retired, retiring soon, let's set up that free 10-minute fiduciary phone call. All you got to do, just log on to TonyWalkerFinancial.com. That's TonyWalkerFinancial.com. Click on that Let's Get Started, or call us anytime at 877-499-9255.
Thanks for watching. We hope you enjoyed that video. If you'd like, check out these other clips. And be sure to hit that like button and that subscribe button for more videos.